No, we ain't put that in.
Alright.
You tripping.
Hello, happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, and we decided to do a sit down where we're basically going to give you guys some questions that people are asked during marriage counseling.
So what Jamilah did was she found 10 questions that she thought would be really great to be answered on this video. Now, we've been doing marriage counseling questions privately with ourselves throughout different times throughout the day, and I feel like it's really gotten us a lot closer. But we did want to also present to you all a top 10 list of questions that we really found, or Jamilah found really interesting to talk about.
Yeah, and we also, you guys know, we're recently engaged, so we're excited about the wedding, we're excited about getting married, but we also felt like it was very important that we make sure we think about the most important thing, which is our marriage, and making sure we're successful in our marriage and we have a good marriage that lasts forever. So one way to do that is to make sure we have marriage counseling. So what happens is we have 5 topics, and from the 5 topics we're going to do 2 questions from each topic. Now, there are probably way more questions out there in the world that you know, couples go over within their marriage counseling, but we decided to stick with 10. So the 5 topics are relationship goals, personal habits,
spiritual beliefs, and finances.
And then the last one would be children. So there are definitely more topics, topics of discussion, but we decided to focus on these 5 and then 2 questions from each of the 5 topics.
Sure.
All right, let's get started.
All right, so first question within relationship goals. Why are we getting married?
Why are we getting married? You proposed to me, and you actually didn't tell me why you want to marry me. So why are we?
That is a good point. So I'll go ahead and answer, because if you've seen the video of me proposing to Jamilah at Atlantic Station, I was like super nervous. I did pretty much most of the planning, trying to figure out how and where I was going to do it, but I didn't really ask myself, how am I going to ask Jamilah to marry me? So when I got down on my knee and Jamilah kind of broke out into like shock, I just bust out laughing. I didn't know what to say.
He just said, would you marry me?
And she said, yeah. But the reason I want to marry Jamilah is, one, she is a great person. I feel like in a relationship or a marriage or an engagement, you should always try to find someone who can relate to everything that you're going through. And for me, it's like, if you're going to be in a relationship, you should always find someone who can empathize and support you and make you a better person. So the reason I decided to ask Jamilah to marry me is because not only do I know she has my back, I know that she's going to be a perfect woman to help raise a family with. And we'll talk about family once we get there.
All right. And I said yes because, I don't know, from the beginning, I don't know how to explain it, but I've always felt like super comfortable around Marcel. Like I don't know, we just clicked from the beginning. Like I always saw him, like from the beginning, I just felt close to him, even though I barely knew him. I just felt like I could relate to him in different ways. We laughed, we talked forever. You know, it's just, I don't know, he's just a great person, just all around. Keeps me laughing. He brings out the best in me as well. You know, neither one of us are perfect. So he's made me better. I feel like he's made me a better person, a better friend, just a better daughter. So
better daughter.
Yeah.
To your mom.
Yeah.
Shout out. She definitely made me a better son to my mom. She forces me all the time, tell your mom you love her before you get off the phone.
Right.
And I think one thing that we didn't both mention, or we both haven't mentioned, is the fact that, you know, we're like genuinely friends with each other too. You know, like best friends. You know, it's a cliche saying going around, you know, marry your best friend. And it's like, I feel like with Jamilah being my best friend, like I can share anything with her. She's always going to give me, sometimes it's biased, but a lot of times Jamilah will check me if I'm wrong in the area.
I'm always supportive, so even when he's hard on himself or he may try to be critical about himself, I'm always he feels like it's not true, but I feel like he's the best person ever, and there's nothing wrong with him, and he shouldn't be critical about anything. So it's the truth to me, even though you may not believe, you know, the things I tell you, but
I appreciate it.
yeah. Next question. Do you think our relationship will change after we're married?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I feel like we've been dating now. Jamilah and I are kind of going on 5 years worth of marriage. And
worth of marriage?
worth of a relationship. We've been dating for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And we've been living with each other now for
a little over a year.
Yeah, a little over a year. And it's like, I feel like we've kind of gotten the whole marriage experience outside of the title, because we already share the bills, we already have our best interests when it comes to each other's families. We pretty much have like a mini marriage already.
Yeah, we like to say we already kind of got like a head start to marriage. Like like you said, we already live together. We already do some things that married people do. So, I mean, I don't feel like our relationship will change, because it's been pretty much the same since the beginning. We've been best friends since the beginning. That's not going to change. So, no.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
So next section is personal habits, and the question is, do you have a criminal record?
No, I do not.
No, I do not either. What if we like just bust out like, man, I got like a super criminal record.
Well,
and we're both teachers.
Right.
I still never look at us the same.
Right. No, we don't.
No, I don't have a criminal record.
All right. How are we going to divide up the household chores?
Well, you know, I'm gonna do my casual vacuuming. And
Marcel loves to vacuum and taking out the trash. You wash clothes and stuff too, but you won't fold. I'll probably do the folding. I'll do the washing dishes.
That's not true. You're paying me. I fold my clothes.
Sometimes. I folded your clothes before though.
You have,
okay.
and I appreciate you for doing
that. But in the future, who's going to do the household chores? How will we divide them up? Like, who's going to clean the kitchen? Will we share kitchen?
Jamilah doesn't allow me in the kitchen, so Jamilah will probably be doing the cleaning in the kitchen. I'm not gonna lie, I'm more of the straighten up kind of guy. I'll straighten up the living room, I'll vacuum the living room, I'll make a bed, but when it comes down to putting your elbow in the cleaning, that's not me.
All right. Spiritual beliefs is the next topic, and the first question is,
does religion play an important role in your life?
Yeah. Well, I don't like the word religion.
Yeah, me either.
But believing and having a relationship with God does play a role in our lives.
Right. And just really key what Jamilah said when she talks about she doesn't like the word religion. We're both not religious people, and we try to practice spirituality. We have a deep connection to God, but we don't like getting caught up in that whole religion, who's right, who's wrong. This is what you're supposed to do when you're not supposed to. It's like, I feel like that's more man-made. So when it comes to religion, we like to say that we're more spiritual with our connection to God. But going off Jamilah's answer, yes, I do feel like our spirituality does play a role within our relationship and in our life, because we do try to live by the golden rule, treat people how you like to be treated. We like to also bless others without looking to receive things back. So in the same sense of Jamilah and I within our relationship, that I would definitely do something for Jamilah without expecting something in return.
The next question is kind of the same. It says, do you think faith and spirituality are important in a marriage? So we already touched on spirituality. We didn't touch on faith, but definitely faith is very important. You know, faith it means you believe. Even though you may not see something, you still believe that it's going to happen. Right. And I feel like we practice faith from the beginning of our relationship. Like in classes, when we were in grad school, we talked about, you know, having faith, you know, do well in these classes, or our careers. We had faith that our career was going to take off and we would be great teachers. So yeah.
Faith, yeah. Jamilah is our foundation, I feel like, in this relationship is faith. But Jamilah and I, when we was in college, we were kind of going through like both going through like a financial trouble. And we both had faith, you know, we came up with a plan and we got out of it. You know, the whole student college woes, financial woes wasn't as bad as any, you know, a lot of other students, but when we both met, we kind of both shared the same struggle.
Right.
So our faith, you know, is the foundation of our relationship. Now, when we have faith in other things such as teaching, or when it comes to things like YouTube, or our marriage, or moving into a potential new house, like every step that we take towards a new direction is always based.
Yep. Faith is important.
All right, the next category is finances. And the question is going to be who is going to be responsible for making sure that the bills are paid? I feel like both, honestly.
Both of us, but
you do take over and make sure that something.
Yeah, I created a calendar. So we have calendars that remind us. I feel like, I mean, I would probably be the forerunner, but I feel like we both are like, okay, we need to pay this. But we already know, like, we have our bills set up. Like in 2017, you can set up your bills to be paid on a certain date, you know? So we have our big bills, we take care of those in the beginning of the month, and then the smaller bills, we take care at the end of the month. So both of us.
So both of us, but you do a lot of the logistical work, making sure things are organized. Like, she's made Excel sheets, she's made calendars that we have, like sticky note calendar type things that's hanging up on my desk, her desk, as well as different parts of the house. So she's more the organizer.
All right, the next question is, what are your future plans for purchasing a house?
We're in the midst of talking about that now. Currently, we stay in a townhome that we are pretty comfortable in, but we definitely agree that we're starting to outgrow the space. And now what we're trying to do, since we are outgrowing the space, is that we're trying to debate whether we're going to stay here another year
or save, you know, spend a year like saving more money.
Right. Or we just go out on
faith
and go ahead and purchase a home. But will we rent a home first, or will we go ahead and buy a house, or will we build a house?
Yeah, see, that's the thing that we made. That's why we're a little bit hesitant about moving forward, because we don't know if we want to move into a house that's already built, or do we want to get a new house that's built from the ground, that's our dream home. So we're not sure about that, but our future plans are to get a house within the next 2 years, within the next 1 or 2 years. So we're excited.
And then it's like, with getting a house, you know, if you build one, I feel like there's going to be a strong connection to the house. You don't want to stay there. And I think I'm kind of leaning towards moving into a house first before we have a family, because, you know, you want to move into an area that has like a guaranteed solid school system within the area. And it's like, I don't want to move somewhere right now where we just kind of fill in, and then, you know, later down the road, you know, we want to up and move again. So I think what we probably should do is move into a house that's already built, and then once we have a family, you know, God blesses us to do that, then we can say, let's go make that dream house.
Maybe.
Sounds good on paper.
Sounds good to you. I don't know about that. I kind of feel like if we're gonna get a house built up, we should get it before we have children. I wouldn't wait till I have a child to do that. I mean, but that's just me talking now. I don't know.
We got time.
We'll see.
We got time.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Question is, do you want to have children?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, do you think you want?
I mean, I used to, actually, back in when I was younger, I wanted 7 children. But as of now, I'm fine with 1. I'm fine with 1.
Fine with 1? I always told myself at max 3, though I know I'm not going to be the one determining that. But I would like to have maybe 3, but definitely 2. All right, look, dream situation.
Definitely.
Look, I would like to have, in perfect scenario, I would like to have a boy first and then a girl second. So then this system around the daughter be like, all right, she has an older brother, she has a father, and then of course you'll be there. But it's like, I just want to create like that perfect
protection.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fine with just 1, maybe 2. But I mean, that's me talking now. You know, people's minds change because, as I've stated before, I used to want a big family, like 7 children, 2 sets of twins.
Right. What happened if we had twins first?
If we had twins, we done.
Oh yeah, we finished. We done. Shut up.
Okay, that's it.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm. That was all my children. Oh, that's it. All right. So
we can call that part 1 of marriage counseling. So we did 10 questions. So let's do this.
You want to do a part 2?
Well, let's leave it up to the audience.
Okay.
If you enjoyed this video and you felt like these questions were very relatable to maybe something that you're going through, or maybe it was just entertaining, just leave a like and a comment below and say, like, I would like to see a part 2.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if we get one person that says, you know, we're not gonna set the limit on, like, man,
right.
we get like 20,000 likes. If you all enjoy this video and you would like to see a part 2,
let us know.
And we'll do it.
And we'll do it. We'll do a part 2.
Because Jamilah has like tons of questions. I'm not sure y'all can see this. Let's just go ahead and focus right here. Jamilah has like tons of questions.
And that's the second sheet.
And that's just the second sheet.
Yeah,
so look at this. This is not stopping. So if you would like to see a second or like a part 2 to this, you know, give us a comment. Write out maybe some topics that you would like.
Or questions. If you have questions for us, give us some questions that you want answers to. And we'll try to answer those guys.
Right. And again, we're not perfect.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
No, I just want to throw that out there
right.
so folks don't think like we live some perfect life.
Relationship goals, no.
No, we argue all the time.
No, we don't.
We don't argue all the time.
We're just not perfect.
We're not. We're gonna leave it like that. We're not perfect.
But thank you guys so much for watching. We had a good time answering these questions for marriage counseling. We will be having like official marriage counseling with our church, and our pastor, maybe 2 pastors will, you know, conduct that counseling with us. And we're excited about getting married. And you guys can check out my personal channel to see the wedding process I've been planning. I've made websites and we're so excited. Our bachelor and bachelorette parties are coming up, so
good times ahead.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure we keep you all up to date on those videos. But thanks for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And we will see you all next time.
See you next time.